Weekly vlog number whatever we're up to, I can't remember. We're in town, and also the car park seems to be on fire, which is a bit of a worry because we've just parked in it. Yeah. We're in time for this bed knobs and broomsticks thing that Gemma booked tickets for.
Forced me to go and see.
What?
I'm forced me to go.
Yeah. Sorry to our friends tangled up in fun, but I'm not the biggest fan of going to the theatre. So. But I'll come along and we'll see how we go. Called in for a sneaky beer at a new place. I think it's a Green King chain place called. Yeah, it's called the Lime Street Central, which is a bit confusing because there's two train stations, Lime Street and Central, nearby. So if you said we'll meet at Lime Street Central, do you mean the station, the pub? Anyway, Beavertown, the lager, Bones Lager it is. And you got, what was that, icebreaker pale ale? Any ice?
Yeah.
Heading into the theatre now. Well, we have to cross over yet, or go through the station, but we'll cross over. We've got St George's Hall in front of us. Press the button, I think. We get swiped by a bus. Of course, Gemma's after the merchandise. The small queue. You've already picked out what you want online, haven't you?
Yeah.
And there's the stage all set up, and we'll probably see you on the other side at this point. And just like that, we're at home.
Yeah.
It was
a very windy and wet run.
Yeah, back to the car. Yeah.
Car park.
Yeah. So we thought rather than talk about the theatre on the way back, we'll wait till we get home.
We got back pretty quick. I told them we got back into the car at like 20 past 10, I think.
Yeah, we were sat on the lower tier, 3 rows from the back, so it was literally just turn round and leave, wasn't it?
Row S, yeah. So we stood up for a standing ovation and went straight out as soon as the cast left the stage.
Did you enjoy the show?
It was really good.
Good.
It was
Glad
very
you enjoyed
good.
it, hon.
The Disney magic on the stage was amazing.
Yeah.
How they made the brooms fly and the bed fly.
Spoilers?
We've just seen the film.
Well, actually, I hadn't before.
You had, you just...
No, I'd been in the room when the film was on, but not paid any attention to it.
You knew one of the songs, so you must have seen it before.
Well, I knew one of the songs because you sing it all the time.
Yeah, I do sing it all the time, yeah.
So, but yeah, it was an enjoyable show.
Really good cast.
It was
really good cast. Really well set stage and organised stage.
Mm-hmm. Hasn't converted me into a theatre fan, but I don't think anything will.
She came with me.
Yeah, and I had a pleasant evening.
Good.
And I didn't kill anyone for being noisy.
Even though the person sat behind us fell asleep and snored in the second half.
Yeah, and then someone brought a baby that cried for most of the last.
A very young baby as well. I'd say like 6 to 8 months old. Yeah. Very young baby.
Which was interesting, but there we go. But yeah, so there we go.
Everybody else was very
young. Just show off your purchases as well.
Oh yeah, I couldn't resist. I've got my own Star of Astaroth. And of course we got the pin. Good. There wasn't a lot of merch. There was t-shirts, shopping bags, a pin, a keyring, a mug, which I resisted, and a programme. That was our magnet as well, I think.
The programme looked like a record. I thought it was a soundtrack.
But the last few shows I've been to, they've not had like just a keyring or a pin.
That was nice, and at least you got those.
Because when I went to see Beauty and the Beast, they only had mugs, blankets, and stuff like that. But the time before that I went, I got a mug.
Definitely didn't need a blanket in that
pin,
theatre.
And fridge magnet. We've got a Beauty and the Beast fridge magnet.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. So what are we doing for the rest of the weekend?
Watching Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
Okay.
On Disney Plus.
Again.
No. We've got the zoo on Sunday.
Oh yeah, we've got the zoo on Sunday. The weather's supposed to be a bit nice.
Nicer on Sunday.
I might try and get out for a bit of a walk on Saturday morning.
Nothing's not work tomorrow.
I just poured away 5 litres of beer.
Yeah.
Because I had my first full failure on the pint of it. It tasted horrible. It was actually uncanny timing because it was one of the last 2 that I've got from the monthly subscription because I've cancelled it. A couple of reasons. One, they keep taking the beers that we like to order off production. And 2, they started making beers that are exclusive to the pint of 2. I don't have a pint of 2, so there's just nothing new for us to try there, and I'm not buying the same ones every month. Plus some of the kits started to get a bit worn out. So what I decided to do instead is I'll just order the mixes that they do with the pint when they release one I like. Typically, they release one I like today, so I've ended up ordering it. Anyway, we'll catch up with you tomorrow, and then we'll see you into the weekend. Good evening.
Good evening.
'Tis Friday now.
Friday, sitting on the couch on Friday.
You got very, very...
I can't believe you just ignored me.
Very, very chicken. Yeah, we decided to have a treat avert takeaway tonight, didn't we?
Yeah.
And so that's nice. And we're going to do some vlog watching because all the Galactic Star Cruiser stuff has just landed. I'll be interested to see what people... Well, to see some footage of it. I don't think it's what people think of it because...
I don't think we can afford it though, so...
It doesn't look like my kind of thing. It looks a bit too much audience participation for me.
Seems a bit too organised for me.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see, yeah.
Beginning to wish I'd worn a thicker jacket, but it's Saturday morning. I've decided to come for a little walk somewhere I, half my life ago, used to spend a heck of a lot of time. When I was first into cycling, we're in Haigh Hall. Just walking past the golf course on the right. There's now a mini golf course there. It's all changed a little bit. So if you come here, it's like £3 for parking for the day. £1.50 for 90 minutes. I'm assuming we pay on exit. We do, yeah. Smashing. And there is like a market area and stuff here, and a cafe. I think there's a little craft beer shop in there actually, craft beer bar. I'll have to check that one day when I'm not driving, which is probably not going to happen. I bought my golf clubs in there when I was a kid. Not that I play golf anymore. Talk about picking your times to visit. It's park run day. Although handily, they've all just run off. It literally just started as I walked in. I think you probably maybe heard somebody shouting. They've all gone that way, which is exactly the way that I'm going to go. Basically this way. Heading past the parks. The children's parks used to be on the left here. I don't know what's changed. It looks like there's still some children's parks here. I used to play on these when I was a kid. There is the hall itself, but the route I'm planning to walk, all being well, we'll get a better look at it a bit closer up. And when I was a kid, the parks were here. The parks, the play areas, and now they're up there. All of it. But before we get to the go past the play areas, we're going to take a little left turn, because I used to knock around here as well when we were kids. This is where we used to get tadpoles. We used to fish for tadpoles in this little pond here. There never used to be a fence around it, which is probably for the best actually. A little bit early for any tadpoles yet. And there used to be, I think, a big glass house behind there, which has been demolished over the years. Let's see where else we can sneak into trouble. So I think all the gardens used to be down the back here. We did used to explore around there. Not entirely sure if we were allowed to. There's a lot of like overgrown gardens, with some quite pleasant ones as I recall. But we'll continue up this way rather than getting off the beaten track too early. So as I remember when I was a kid, this was the model village, and that was the crazy golf course. Looks like that's still a crazy golf course. And this looks like it's closed, but obviously we're zoo fans and we're quite we do like visiting our zoos, and when I was a kid we used to visit this zoo here, which I'm not going to go to. There are urbex videos, but I don't do that. Down at the bottom is the entrance to the old Haigh Hall Zoo. The golf course has been done up since I was a kid as well. I mean, that shouldn't surprise me, it was 20 years ago. One of those go up type things, high rope adventure, that's all new. To me anyway. I was also actually completely wrong earlier. The gardens are there and you can still access them. It's quite nice in there, but today we're going to go this way. There's ways to swing back around actually. Now when I was a kid I used to come orienteering here. I did like a Greater Manchester Schools orienteering thing. I remember running down here at full pelt trying to find one of the markers, which is in the woods down here on the left. There used to be a permanent course here that you could do. I don't know if it's still open or not. I used to love doing orienteering. It's a beautiful morning, but it's like 5 degrees, and I thought, 10 degrees because I checked my phone. I'll be fine in a fleece. I'm a little bit cold. Keep moving, it'll warm me up. The woods always seemed thicker when I was a kid. I guess it's winter though, when all the leaves are off them. There's a left turn here. I think this might head towards the little pond. Back when we first got our dog Holly, long time viewers may remember, this is one of the first places we brought her for a walk. And she was a pain in the bottom, she kept pulling on the lead. And that was pretty much her for the rest of her life. Pain in the bottom, she kept pulling on the lead. We never managed to train it out of her, no matter how much we tried. So actually that route out down there leads down to the miniature railway, which we'll cross at multiple points anyway. We're going to carry on down. So if you fancy a long walk, the entire plantation's walkway is like 2 miles. You can get from the hall all the way down to Wigan where the hospital is. Well, I'm not going to be doing that today. Just staying in the top half. Well, the paths have been cleared, but there's certainly still a lot of trees down in the woods here. We'll carry on down this way. I think we cross our first railway here. It's like one of those things I haven't been here in at least 10 years. It's still mostly familiar, but slightly I've forgotten bits. There you go. Here's the miniature railway crossing point. Down to the station and the sheds here as well. It's actually one of 2 in the area. There's another one in the woods over there. Maybe we'll see, I don't know. And here's the pond. 2 big trees falling into it. Look at this one. This one would have been... I probably wandered around this one when I was a kid. It definitely wasn't this open when I was a kid. When we were younger, people used to, I don't know if they still do or not, people used to run model boats on here. You can walk around it, but I'm not going to do today. This is what we used to do with the dog. I remember walking my friend's dogs here and both of them just jumped in the pond. Then we had to take them home and bath them. You can see the back of the other railway there. It's like a little one, little raised, narrow. I can't remember what the gauge is of it exactly. But when we were kids, because it's raised, the cars hang over the sides and we'd sit on them and go round. And people volunteer and bring their own steam engines, I believe. And they don't half shift for little things. Well, because Haigh Hall is now also a hotel and a spa, a lot changed here. This never used to be a tarmacked road when I was young. But it is now, which probably means I'm getting less mud on my shoes, so that's not so bad. I prefer the slightly more natural look though. We used to ride through the woods here and drop off the sides onto this what was a dirt track. Maybe the hotel and spa isn't open yet because the gates are all fenced off. But we're going to go right here, back onto the old trails. Here's the spot where I learned to do a bit of mountain biking. It's kind of changed a bit, but it's also just the same. Remember this drop in here? Used to ride down this many times and hit this jump here. And still some people maintaining some slight trails here. Bits over there as well, it goes over the back, around the top. Now when I was young there was one here as well that came down across. And that was like your starter one, so you started there because it was nice and easy. And this was the one you rode when you were a bit braver. Look at this, I told you there was an orienteering course here. It is still here and they've gone all 21st century with the QR codes. So if you scan that code, that'll take you to the orienteering website. It tells you a bit about orienteering, and then you can get an app to download which has all the maps on, so you can actually just come here and do the orienteering. I don't know if there's a cost involved because I've not actually looked, but there you go. It's a lot of fun orienteering. If you're not familiar with it, it's basically using maps to navigate through the woods like this to find markers just like that one. When you find them, you mark them down on a piece of paper, and on a tournament it's whoever gets round in the quickest and gets all the posts correctly. Anyway, we'll continue this way. I think the thing I used to like about orienteering is it wasn't just who was fast. So as I recall, when I was a youngster, me and my friend were both in the same competition and he was faster than me. He was a lot more athletic, but I was a better map reader. So I beat him because he got one of the posts wrong. I thought that kind of, it levels it a little bit. It's not all just about who's fastest. You've got to use your brains to find the right posts. Anyway, enough about orienteering. I'll tell you what, that sun's welcome. It's lovely and warming. Get my hands at my pockets and get them with the sun on. Looks like the park runners have caught up. They've come back up now. Now we're at the bottom of the golf course, and here's the canal bridge. So if we start walking that way, we could leave the car at Haigh Hall and walk all the way home. It's quite a walk though. If we go that way, Leeds. So yes, this is the Leeds-Liverpool canal. I used to spend many hours literally just sat here, just chilling, because it's a really nice spot. So if we were to carry on the way we were going, then that's when we get to Wigan Road and pretty much be able to walk into town, but we're going to go back up the hill. Unfortunately, the route I was going to take looks like it's closed today. I think some of the trees have fallen on that path, so we'll continue on the main plantations run. It's quite a nice walk here anyway. And we're running parallel with the train tracks again. Train station's just up there, Haigh Hall. It's just a loop track. We used to sit up there in the woods and the grass and relax as well. It's quite pleasant. But as we come round here, you start to get a better view of the hall. And obviously now it's a road because the hall's a hotel. When we were younger, it was just a wedding venue. And obviously a hall. But its active use was just weddings, I think. Just peeking out through the bushes now. And there we go, proper view of it now. So this golf course is where the Verve played their homecoming show in, I want to say 1998. And it was over the back where the driving range area is more than down here. And speaking of music, the other thing we used to do was come here for the Wigan Music Collective Summer Festival. It used to be a stage here. I think Jem came with me the last time, but I used to come here at least a couple of times, possibly 3 times every year. They used to have all bands in the local area would play on a stage here. Don't know if anything like that still happens, to be honest. It was good for a while. So I just actually caught myself up on what's happened in the last few years with this place. It was a hotel for 5 years, privately owned. There was a big legal battle and now it's owned by Wigan Council again, so they're currently in the process of doing works on it to turn it into something as part of a big plan that they're a bit tight-lipped on. We'll see in future. I think a lot of the arguments stemmed from the fact that it was a private building with public access and people were upset that they couldn't access the land around here anymore. Definitely got a cracking view up here. I always like this view. See the Wigan Athletic football ground and rugby ground down there. The Wigan rugby ground. And I'm not going to tell you where, but I used to live somewhere down there. Mainly because I can't find it. I can hear the fun runners finishing, but we're going to go this way back to the car. I enjoyed that. It was a nice little walk. Back home to say hello to our furry friends. One of them just wandered off. You right, madam? Where's your big brother? He's a little Reggie monster. So what you do is you let him sniff your hands, like a dog, like when you pet a dog. And then he knows you mean him no harm. And then he loves a good snuggle. But what he never used to do, oh, he's wet. He never used to be wet. What he never used to do was just come up for snuggles. Well, these last few weeks, he's been the cutest. He loves to come over for pets. Well, I just started hoovering the rug, and the hoover's not sucking. It's the filters are dirty, so I've just cleaned those up. What else is going on? Kicking glasses, that's what's going on, and now backlit horrendously. Yeah, so we started watching some of the Galactic Star Cruiser stuff last night, which was quite interesting. I don't know if it's for me, because it's very interactive. I'm not sure if I get much out of it. It was nice to see it, and it was fun to see what they'd done. I'd be very interested to see some reviews when some people who've actually paid for the trip go. Because as much as they say, you know, Disney paid for this and it doesn't affect our reviews and opinions, I don't think you can make a proper review if you've not put your hand in your pocket and paid the however many thousands of dollars it costs to go. We'll see. Will we be going? I can't see that happening. It's like more than the cost of 2 weeks on iDrive for us. I'd rather do that, to be honest. Yeah. One thing about Pixie is if I ever pick her up, this is what happens. She doesn't like to be carried, so she just climbs up my back. You alright there, Pix? You alright, sweetie? You getting down? I mean, to get over to the couch, it'll be a bit easier for you. There you go. Oh, that was quite athletic of her. And look who else has joined us. Who's this? You're not sure about seeing yourself? Oh, you're right, mister. Trying to eat a tuna sandwich. Get off! She's very excited now because I served her a little bit of tuna. But she's not allowed to eat it off our plates. She's been good, waiting patiently. Well, sort of good. So, always nice when you get a text message from Jem saying, I'm finishing work early, can you pick me up? Yes. So we get to spend extra time together. It's only a couple of, like an hour and a half early, but it's an hour and a half together rather than apart, so that's always good, isn't it? So I spent the afternoon, well, I was going to clean some pots, but I didn't. So I'll have to do some of them later, else I'll get shouted at. Gemma's got a kitten on her knee. Hello.
Hello.
You alright? Good to be home.
Yeah.
And relax. When you cooking tea? What's wrong with your fingers?
Kitten hair.
Okay. Lovely lasagna tea made by Gemma there. Thank you very much, Sweet Pea.
That's why I came out from work early to make you tea.
And look. Sleepy kitten. Sunday morning, we're watching more Travel Days with Cheers Ears and fingerprints all over the screen.
That's not fingerprints, that's nose prints.
Paw prints. I did re-hoover the floor this morning with the Hoover with the clean filter, and it's way better. But yeah, I'm going to leave these playing.
Face full of litter.
Yeah, you did, yeah. We're going to go to the zoo, aren't we, in about 15 minutes?
Yeah.
We'll watch this vlog. So we'll see you there. And just like that, we're at the zoo. Fairly straightforward entry, so we didn't film any of it. Just going to do a short highlights thing today. If we were doing a full zoo vlog, we would say the bats is back open. Although you do have to wear a face covering to go in there. You can go in there and see the bats again. But we're going to go over the bridge and get some lunch because we're booked in at the Oakfield for a Sunday roast. Quick check in with the young Philippine spotted deer there, and you can see Benny over the back there, in the back paddock. Ash is in the front paddock, you can't see her through the trees. Benny is the Indian one-horn rhino. Stuck on a very busy path though. It was good practice for Disney World with people just stopping dead in front of us and smacking us with prams. Yeah. Actually, of all the people with prams, there was just one person in particular that kept smacking them. You can see the spectacle holes at the back there.
Look, he's stuffing himself up. They're big, they look bigger in here than they did in the other enclosure.
Yeah.
I think because you can see they're a bit more clear.
All sat down for dinner. Some table water and a beer. And Gemma's just turned that round. I wonder if they'll miss this bottle.
Sorry.
It's got the Oakfield logo on the side of it. It looks quite good. You probably can't even see it on the video. It's basically that though. All the animals on. It's nice. Jem was just saying the staff member recognises us because we keep coming in here.
Us as well.
Yeah.
We see her all the time.
Yeah, we keep coming in here now, haven't we? Practically got a seat in the car and a couple of Toby jugs behind the bar.
It smells delicious.
And of course, Gemma is happy about stuffing. That sounded wrong. We've also got the turkey roast dinner, which looks fab. Wash it down with this pint. Very full after that dinner, you?
That was gorgeous.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we're going to crack on and have a look at some animals and stuff. We'll show you highlights.
Yeah, do actual zoo stuff.
Yeah, not seen it much yet. One of these days we'll get into the aquarium, but it was even, so...
Like, queue out the door.
Yeah, we'll carry on. Might go and see if Tropical Realm's open, because if the bats are open, maybe the aviaries have opened
They
again.
never said the aviaries were shut today, did
No,
they?
but we'll probably find out here whether this aviary's open. No, orangutan. Sometimes you get...
Otters,
Yeah, the otters down here, Asian short clawed otter. Well, not today. And quite a few chimps out and about today. One of the youngsters round there.
Two of the
A
youngsters?
couple of the youngsters, yeah.
That must be... And, oh, there are three of them.
Three of the youngsters.
So the bigger one must be Annie, because she was first. No, was Stevie first?
Stevie was first.
Stevie was first, so the one on the back there must be Annie, and the little one must be Toya.
Yeah.
She's like Tina size when we first saw Tina.
Still got a white tuft on the bum.
Yeah.
Always nice to see the... I nearly said zebras then. These are funny looking zebras. Always nice to see the giraffes in the sun. And quite a few of them about today. This one's like, should I come out? The jackdaw's like, I will go out. Over here we've got 5 others. A couple of them behind the fences. Some lovely ossicorns on shore there. Bonus Chester Zoo duck there.
Oh, well, look at the Jurassic one.
Ah. And of course I'm filming the duck while the giraffes decide to have a run.
Only ran for like 2 strides.
Yeah. Well, you never know, they might do it again. Probably as the battery runs out on this camera and I need to change it. Look at that. They look great in the sunlight.
Yeah.
Look at the male, he's huge. And look, she's still stood here from our last trip. I'm sure she's not been stood here the whole time. This is a favourite spot by the looks.
You see him?
Rare jaguar in motion.
That looks like in Mowgli.
Oh my gosh, turn around.
That looks like the one in Mowgli.
I mean, that's just black as night, isn't it? I want to eat that first. Aw, we'll sit there.
He's
A bit like Mummy, isn't it? Mummy sometimes thinks we'll sit there.
he needs to go sit down.
Maybe a little lie down like my tea.
Now he's going to lie down like Mama. He's gazing across the room.
And you can go into the break.
Still going. Done over 6,000 steps now.
We're trying to take all the longest paths.
Yeah. Any extra bits? We even walked past the meerkats, which is unlike us. Yeah. We're going to walk around 3 dogs. Maybe even do islands. Walk around islands. Paw prints
Big
on the
yawn.
window there.
That's quite high, that, isn't it?
We're just going to get a little bit of footage of the binturong whenever we see it because it's such a rare spot. Quiet moment for the closed door whip stand. Sorry, pineapple whip
I
stand.
feel like I'm going to reach and laying it outside.
A single white rose. Look who's coming. It's a babirusa. That's showing well today. We done?
Yeah.
A nice day.
Lovely day. Lovely weather.
Yeah, it's been nice. So we're gonna head home, feet up, sleep. Yeah, feet up. Done 10,000 steps, so not too bad. So we're back home, and Reggie has a new game. Every time Gemma takes his shoes off after work.
He sits. I tried to run away. He ran away with my work shoe the other night.
He's such a character now, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is.
He's been all over both of us, and every time we try and pet one of the other cats, he's like, "Nope, you pet me now." She's over here playing with Pixie. Look, she's on the other side of the box.
No, yes, she is on the back of the box. Trying to put your Oculus on.
Yeah. So I forgot to ask as well. Favourite animal today?
The dogs.
The dogs. That's a good choice. I enjoyed seeing Doshi moved about.
Well, actually.
Yeah, which one the rhinos was good as well. Well, yeah, it was a nice day. It was lovely weather as well, wasn't it?
It was gorgeous, yeah.
It'd be a bit warmer, it'd be lovely, but I'm not complaining.
I was warm though because the sun was really warm.
It's like when you get shorts and t-shirt weather, though, that's the best, isn't it? But yeah, we came home to these three, and Archie was sat in the window waiting for us, like, where have you been?
You left me with the kittens. Why did you leave me with the kittens?
Reggie loves Archie.
It does.
Archie doesn't love Reggie though.
Archie loves
Archie doesn't love anyone but Archie.
Archie loves his dinner.
Yeah, Archie is still the most appreciative of pets most of the time. Oh yeah. Then Reggie gets jealous. See, look at this now. He's like, his tail's up, he wants to be petted more. He's totally changed in the last 3 weeks. For the better as well. He's not shy at all anymore.
He's starting to use his cat scratcher.
Yep,
That was
instead of the
too small
couch.
for him already because he's shot up.
Yeah.
You need to get him a taller one.
Yeah, Archie tries to use that and pulls it over into him. So as standard, I get Archie and Reggie's names mixed up all the time.
I just call them Reg.
Here he comes.
I think he suits Reg. Mm. And he gets Arch.
Still the best, and you Arch.
Call him Arch.
You're still the big cat.
He's a good boy.
He is.
You're a good boy, aren't you, Arch?
He's never nasty with the kittens. Well, he is a bit nasty, but not like he doesn't hurt them.
He tells them off.
He just tells them off when they get too close. Yeah, probably puts them in place and teaches
like
them how to be good.
When he's in there and Pixie wants to get in, he just like boots her back out again, and then she'll just get up and go, "No, I'm getting in too."
Pixie's very independent.
She is.
Like, I can pick Reggie up now and carry him. Pixie doesn't like to carry. She likes to sit on my shoulder instead. Yeah. Actually, I can pick up.
He doesn't like
it. He's not the biggest fan, but he'll let you pick him up. We try and pick them up
every now and again just for like when we're putting them into the carriers.
Yeah, so they're used to it.
He hates the carrier.
But, I mean, none of them are like Jin was. Jin, I could.
Oh, Jenny could do whatever you
Yeah,
wanted,
he was just like a big rag doll, wasn't he? You could carry him around the house.
Do whatever you wanted with Jenny. He was the most sociable cat ever. We need to get another cat carrier.
We do. We need to get some artwork of like a bit of photoage in frames to put up there with Holly and get Cleo as well. It'd be nice.
I might get one, with like a multi-photo and
and have all the pets on there. Not just the ones that pop the clogs. Anyway, what are we doing? We're gonna have lasagna in a bit.
Lasagna for tea.
Watch some vlogs or something.
Not yet, though, after that massive roast.
No, I'm still full from dinner.
I'm gonna have a shower, I think, before.
And have a beer.
Yeah.
Sunday beer. Can't beat a Sunday beer afternoon.
No. You already had one like with lunch.
We did actually.
Because it's tradition to get a Cheshire cat with your lunch.
I thought Reggie was going to jump on him then.
No.
The other night I didn't catch it on camera, but Archie came in here, and as he got to here, Reggie just jumped from over there and landed on Archie's back, square on his back.
Oh, he's getting so naughty.
Mm.
So naughty, aren't you? That is. Did you hear that then? That noise? That's her saying, "Hey, lunch."
Yeah, she wants a dinner. Well, she's got that nice food I picked up for us. So
I might feed them down here then. That's down here, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's just in the kitchen.
I might go and make them bowls of that and feed them down here.
It's Monday and I'm actually working. This is my desk where I, work. And sit at the window and watch the world go by as well. But a parcel turned up, and this one's vlogging related, so I thought I'd show it on the vlog. I decided to buy an external microphone for the first time ever. And we probably won't use this for vlogging around the parks and things. It's actually more for when we do the sit-down chats in the living room, because I noticed in the last couple we've done that the audio's not been amazing, so I thought I'd give this a little try, see if it improves. But to be honest, it's not huge. So if it does improve the audio outside, I can see us maybe contemplating using it a little bit. So I'm going to open it up and have a quick look and see what I think. And there we go. We got a big fluffy thing. Actually, that's the microphone as well. I just pulled a big fluffy thing off. The dead cat. There we go. It's quite a weighty little thing that. It's like metal as well. Quite funky. We have this mount. This has a hot shoe connector on to stick it onto the top of the camera. I'm showing you on the camera that you can't even see. You stick it on top of the camera and yeah, that's where the microphone sits in. Something like... I can't do it one-handed, but it sits in there like that. And then we use the cable to plug it into the camera, because this camera has a built-in mount for onboard audio, for external audio, which I don't think the Canon did have. I'd have to check that though, it's been a little while. But yeah, I'm going to set it up and see what we think, see if it leaves any improvement whatsoever. It was 40 quid. I'll pop a link in the description to an affiliate Amazon link. I know I said we wouldn't bring it up very often that we did that, but the links are there if you need. And we'll give it a try and see how it works. So, one thing about this, I actually haven't got it plugged in yet, so don't worry. One thing about this is it's directional, which might not work for us for vlogging because we tend to be vlogging away from us all the time and then occasionally spinning back, so we'd have to keep turning the microphone around to point at us. There was one that was bi-directional, front and back, and it kept 2 channels of audio, one in the left, one in the right, but it was more expensive and I was just playing about to see what it sounded like. One thing I can see straight away is that the mount that it comes with is very floppy. It's like wobbling around on top of the camera. But the point of that mount is that it takes any, it sort of isolates any noise from the camera, from the microphone, like any cracking and creaking. So I'm going to switch over to that audio now and see if it's any better. Right, we're back online. So it should be plugged in now. And of course now is when the kitten decides she's going to play with the cardboard box. So yeah, I had to plug it in, and I did some recording and I could see that the volume level was going into the red, so it was picking up a lot of volume, a lot more than the normal microphone that I use. It probably will be reduced a bit when I put the dead cat on it. Sorry Pixie, no offence. This thing here. Or maybe, there we go, I look like I've got a man bun or something. Yeah, about there for a man bun, that'd do. So I have no idea what I'm doing. But yes, I nearly dropped that as well. It seems alright so far. I had a quick listen to the peaked audio. It's picking up a lot more of ambient noise in the room, which is interesting. So definitely going to have to take it out and about and see what it sounds like. But it does look a bit conspicuous because it's sat on the top of the camera, and it'll look even more so when I stick this thing on it. The only other thing I was considering was to whether to go 4K this year or not, because this camera will record 4K 30 frames, but I'm kind of hesitant to do that because of the amount of file space. I do have the memory cards to do it, and also because I really like 60 frames per second, which when you're moving the camera around a lot makes it look a bit smoother on the screen. I'm sure there's multiple people's opinions of different frame rates and things like that. I'll maybe do some more research and see what the general consensus is. Anyway, back to work. I'm down the stairs and they're watching me. Oops. Sorry, Archie. Ah, end of another weekly vlog. It's Wednesday. I need to get this one edited. So, thank you for what? Why am I telling you?
I don't know. What are you telling me?
Thank you for watching.
I think there's going to be some big emotional love scene at the end of the weekly vlog.
Yes, thank you for watching. What are we doing next weekend?
I haven't decided. I need to look at the weather.
Yeah.
We were thinking about going back to the Shire Horse place, weren't we?
But that'll need a nice weather.
Yeah, or maybe Chester Zoo, the weather isn't as
Or
good.
maybe go for a walk somewhere
Or do something else,
least. Or go and have a roast dinner
I
somewhere.
normally decide on my day off, don't I, which is tomorrow.
Yeah. But thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next
I
one.
wanted to say infant, and now it's come to port. But it was the
'Cause
baby that it was seeing.
So the smart, I've mentioned this before. The smart camera, the camera has a smart function where it tries to set the light to match what it can see on the screen, and occasionally it confuses one of us for an infant. And I think it might be me because of my infant beard.
I think it might be me because of my chubby face.
Yeah. See, it's just gonna get infant and then portrait. Yeah. It's quite good sometimes. It'll do like pet when you're filming a pet, and food when you're filming food and stuff like macro. But anyway, enough camera talk. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.